Hey loves! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Glad to see you again, and I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new, welcome. Today I am so excited because we are doing the Manny Mua palette review by Makeup Geek, and I'm just so excited because Manny Mua is one of my favorite makeup artists, one of my favorite YouTubers, along with Kathleen Lights. Him and Kathleen Lights, my two favorites. So, but yeah, so I'm so excited to be doing this review. And I'm just going to start out with the packaging. It's absolutely adorable. It's totally hollow, and I love it. See, it's gorgeous. I love it. And then on the back, it has Manny on it, and just has like a little message and everything from Manny. And it says, this palette can be worn by anyone and everyone regardless of age or race. I wanted to make sure of that. I worked so hard on this palette and I couldn't be happier with the results. Manny Mua. And I just, like, I think he just stays so true to himself, and I think that's why he has grown so quickly and has such a large following, because he's himself. I don't know, I can't talk, sorry. He's himself, you know, and I love that about him. He's so real, he's so genuine, and he's been the same since the beginning. Okay, so I also just want to give a little disclaimer, like, I feel like I'm breathing really hard today, and then I'm gonna be sniffling. My allergies are horrible in the winter, so I apologize ahead of time. This is who I am. My allergies are horrible. So I was so excited to finally get my hands on his palette, and there's a few in there that I was like, you know what, if those eyeshadows aren't in there, Manny, you messed up. And I think some of you, whoever watches him, like, there's a few choice eyeshadows that you're like, oh my gosh, these have to be in his palette. They have to be in his palette. If they're not in your palette, this isn't a Manny Mua palette from Makeup Geek. So one of those is Beaches and Cream. That is literally used in, I think, every single video that he does, unless it's like a one brand full face makeup tutorial, but like almost every single video he uses Beaches and Cream as his base transition color, and like this is the Manny color, basically, Beaches and Cream. And like all these colors he uses often, so it's like, it's really nice to see that. So let me go ahead and open up the palette and show you guys what it looks like. I absolutely fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, like on the website. I was like, oh, what a wonderful collection of colors and everything. But then when I got it, I fell even more in love with it. I was just like, this is amazing. I love it. So this is it, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna swatch it, and then I'll show you guys the tutorial, and then I'll give you my full-on like review. That's the word. Review of what I think of the palette and everything, like shade by shade. So here we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch the first row, and I'm just going to be going row by row, 3 at a time. The easiest way to do it. So let's go ahead and do it. So these first 3, I've got, let's see here, Artemis, Beaches and Cream, and Luna. And I'm just going to swatch them just like that, and there they are. They're so beautiful. And this Luna, I think that's Luna, let me double check. Yeah, that's Luna. So Luna, oh, it's so beautiful, so nice. And then this is Beaches and Cream and Artemis, and Beaches and Cream is really great as a base. It is a little bit too light for me to do as a base, but so what I used, a little too dark for me to do as a base. I like to use Artemis as my base, and then I use Sora as my transition color. So yeah, and just like the quality of these eyeshadows are great. They're very pigmented, they're very versatile, they blend really easily. I love it, it's wonderful. So let me go ahead and do the second row, and the second row we have here is going to be Cosmopolitan, Sora, and Frappe. Alright. And you can see Sora on my skin, like it almost completely blends in. So that's why I'm saying, like, that is my transition color. So these ones are. They're so beautiful. I love them. And this one is actually the one that I ended up using on the middle of my eye here. And that one is, what's Cosmopolitan. That one's Cosmopolitan. I'm just so extremely happy with these. And let me go ahead and do the last row. And the last row is the loudest row, and I think it's my favorite because of that. And let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I forgot to show you what they are. Hold on, sorry. So this is Insomnia, Mars, and then Aphrodite. And Insomnia is the duochrome. And then Mars, it does not swatch very well, but Mars is what I'm wearing on my inner corner and my outer corner. So you can see, like, it performs well. It doesn't swatch very well, but it performs well. And this is the Aphrodite, and that is what I use to darken up my outer corner and inner corner just to give some more depth. So there are the swatches, and let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Alright, so as you can see, or well, you can't really see it, I have already used Urban Decay eyeshadow primer for my eyelids, and it's already set. And then I just used Artemis to give myself that blank canvas that I like to do with shadow. And for my transition shade, I am using Sora, and it's really close to my skin tone, so it worked out really well as a transition shade. So I'm just going to pull it inward, and I'm using the Luxie 205 brush to do that. And then I'm going to put down Mars concentrated with the EcoTools shadow brush, and I'm just lining it in a very concentrated area, and then I'm adding with my blending brush. And you're going to see this part takes quite a bit of time because I wanted to make sure that I just slowly built this up because it's a very highly pigmented shadow and I didn't want to put too much by accident. So this process was a bit time consuming, but not too bad. And then I'm also going to put Mars on the inner corner and just blend it out a little bit. And then I'm going to put down Aphrodite in a concentrated line and then blend it out. And that just gives it more depth and it keeps it concentrated in that spot, but then it like blends out and makes it to where there's no line. But when you open your eye, it just gives it more depth. And then blending. And then I'm going to do that same thing in the corner, inner corner. And again, I'm using the Luxie 205 brush and the EcoTools shadow brush. I'm just doing some more blending. And you want to try and leave the middle with as little as product as possible. And you can see, like, of course, like the blending is gonna put some products in the middle there, but it's okay. And then I'm using the Tart concealer brush to pack on Cosmopolitan in the middle and just kind of like pulling it outward, but mainly putting it in the middle and just packing it on there because I want that to be the popper. And I'm gonna blend inward, not outward, because I want to, you know, mix them together and mesh them together. And then we're going to do the bottom lash line, and for this I'm using the EcoTools smudge brush and the Luxie 205 again, and I'm just basically mirroring what I did on top. So that's Mars going on the outer and inner corner, and then I'll be putting some Aphrodite in there as well. And this brush, it does not have a name, it's just a purple brush I got from drugstore. I don't remember. It doesn't have a name though. And then I'm going to put Aphrodite there in the middle again with the smudge brush. And that's pretty much how you do this eye. So I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation and my liner and mascara and everything off camera, and I'll be back. I'm just really excited to have this palette in my collection now, and I will definitely be using it a lot more. And yeah, I definitely recommend this palette. Definitely, definitely. It is great quality. It's amazing. I love it. So go out and get it. And if you guys have any questions about anything, if I forgot to say anything, let me know down in the comments, and let me know what your favorite YouTuber is. Alright guys, love you. Until next time, bye!